Call to order the meeting of the Board of Education scheduled for Tuesday, October 21st, 2025, held at 7 p.m. at Wyandotte City Hall, 3200 Biddle Avenue. Roll call, please.
Member Bevan Partial.
Here.
Member Kane.
Here.
Member Kinney.
Here.
Member Lo Cicero.
Here.
Member Martinez.
Here.
Member Weber.
Here.
President Circovich.
Here. We have a quorum. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Recitation of the vision and mission statements. Trustee Kinney will read the vision statement and Secretary Lo Cicero will read the mission statement.
Our vision statement: a diverse, equitable, and inclusive community that develops resilient, innovative, and engaged individuals.
Mission statement: collaborating and inspiring to educate, engage, and empower all.
Thank you. The reading of the minutes. The proposed summary of the October 7th, 2025 work session is included in your packet. Secretary Lo Cicero reviewed the summary and found it to be in order and acceptable as presented. May I have a motion, please?
I move approval of the proposed summary from the October 7th, 2025 work session be approved as presented or amended.
Support.
Any discussion? Seeing none, please attach the roll.
Roll attached. Motion carried.
Thank you. All right, special orders and reports. Dr. Anderson.
Yeah, I want to start. I'm going to invite Mr. Pat Sutka up to the podium, who is going to get us started on some blue and gold awards, and then I'll be taking it after he is done. If you want to give a little introduction as to why we're here tonight.
Great. Yes, thank you, Superintendent. I'm the current president of the Wyandotte Public School Scholarship Foundation. We annually give out awards to people from the city and the school district who have reflected high honor and done wonderful things, community service. The Scholarship Board raises money, as we all know, for our students, and I'm happy to be here tonight to give out what we call the Gerald P. Cole Lifetime Award. This award is something that represents serving your community, serving schools, and Gerald Cole once sat up here as a school board member. He was on the Municipal Service Commission. He did a whole lot. So in his memory, we have taken and selected Jim Wagner this year to receive the award. So Jim, if you'd like to come on up, I would just like to welcome Mr. Wagner. He has served on the scholarship committee for 25 years. He was past president. He stepped up when Ken Pergoski had passed away, and he has served ever since, up until last year. He's one of our mayors. He sat in the mayor chair between 1979 and 1987, and his legacy of serving the Downriver community, not only Wyandotte, is very vast. I've got a listing of things. It would take me a half hour to read everything that he's been part of and contributed to. He started the Business Expo, which was eventually taken over by the Southern Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. He was on the Charter Revision Commission for our city charter. He then went over to the city of Trenton, where he was an administrator there, serving with the mayor of Trenton. He was on the Wayne County Drain Board, the Wayne County Community College trustee. And he still works at his spry age of 39? 80. Yeah.
Celebrated my 41st anniversary of my 39th birthday.
God bless. So, and he still works, and he's still involved in the community. I see him at the DCC working away, bringing people together and doing positive things, and he's always contributed to the people of our district and our community. So, without saying too much more, James, in a recognition and appreciation of your outstanding leadership for many years of dedication to the Wyandotte Public School Scholarship Foundation and the students of the Wyandotte Public Schools, in the memory of Gerald P. Cole, we give you the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, Patrick. I want to thank Patrick and the Scholarship Foundation, but I do want to recognize some people that I wouldn't have been as happy to be there, especially Jerry, my good friend, okay? But I want to recognize who's in the audience, Meredith Sain and the Community Foundation, the Krieger family and the Podolsky family. For without them, the foundation wouldn't be what it was today, and we appreciate the foundation. Meredith Sain, thank you so much. And those people are the ones responsible. Patrick, Suzanne, Ron Thomas, and the superintendent are all officers, and without them, the foundation wouldn't succeed. Teresa's been on there a number of times, okay, so we appreciate that. But also, I want to thank the past superintendents, Dr. Pat Cole, Carla Harding, Catherine Cost. Particularly, I want to thank Leo Stevenson for his investment advice that made us get over the $2 million mark, and Patrick and Suzanne continue in that endeavor. But last but not least, my wife, Pamela. She let me do this for 25 years, so thank you. Thank you to her, and thank you to all of you, and I appreciate this, and it's an honor to have it in his name. So thank you, Patrick.
Lovely.
Thank you.
All right, I have the distinct pleasure of honoring some of our employees and volunteers for Wyandotte Public Schools. So tonight, we are proud to recognize several outstanding individuals and teams whose dedication, expertise, and unwavering commitment make Wyandotte Public Schools a truly exceptional place for our students and staff. Our first award is a District Support Award, and it's going to our Operations Department, and our honoree is Mr. Bernie Bowers. So, maybe you can come on up.
Are you taking motion? Okay, thank you.
So our first recognition is for an individual who really is the backbone of our district's infrastructure. For over 39 years, Bernie Bowers has served the Wyandotte Public Schools, leading a staff of 52 members who sustain our 11 buildings and grounds. Bernie works tirelessly to maintain our beautiful historic buildings, which often means he needs to be available 24/7. Whether it's for a boiler that acts up in the middle of the night or sidewalks that need to be cleared before the students arrive. The immense pride he and his staff take in their work is evident in every polished floor and manicured lawn. Bernie's commitment to our district is apparent in everything that he does. So once again, let's give a heartfelt thank you to Bernie. And Bernie, in recognition and appreciation of many years of dedicated service to Wyandotte Public Schools, the District Support Award, the Blue and Gold Award. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, I'm going to let Bernie off the hook on a few remarks. Next, we have our Director of Food Services here. I know he's fighting some traffic to get here, so I'm glad he was able to make it here safely with the storm. Mark Rodriguez is coming up, and on behalf of the entire food service team, there's also a District Support Award. Next, we honor a team that nourishes our students and prepares them for success every single day. Since 2021, our food service team of 35 employees, led by Mark, has provided free breakfast and lunch to every student in the district with assistance of federal funding. This incredible effort requires a massive coordinated team to create menus, prepare thousands of meals, deliver them to each building, and serve our students with a smile. We are immensely grateful for their hard work and dedication. So please join me in recognizing the food service team. So Mark, if you would be so kind as to share this with your team and
Thank you.
and let them know how much we appreciate them. So, thank you. You want us?
Well, the picture was like a long time ago.
Yep. All right. Next, I have the honor to award one of these awards to somebody I've come to know through interactions on Facebook, through hellos out where I see his very cool blue Challenger outside at the tennis courts. But I would like to bring up John Garvey. If you don't know, those tennis courts are named after John and his dedication to our students and our athletes. So we are incredibly lucky to have staff who continue to support our students long after they retire. Our next honoree, John Garvey, is a perfect example of his lifelong dedication. After teaching at Roosevelt High for 30 years, and before retiring in 2005, John has remained a constant presence. He continues to support students in many different ways, whether it's coaching on the tennis courts or helping them with fundraisers or other endeavors. We're so thankful for his continued passion and support for our students. Congratulations, John. This is an excellence for staff and student support. So I love seeing you out there every day and hope to see you for many years to come.
Me too.
All right, thank you. Move down. You have a few words?
Yeah, thank you all very much. I mean, it's all unexpected and such an honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite up Maria Sutka. And if you didn't catch the similarity to last name, she is the wonderful wife of Pat Sutka. But she's also one of our social workers, and she's really our lead social worker for the district. Does so much to help our kids. And so this is another district support award. Our next honoree has been a cornerstone of student wellness for nearly 3 decades. Maria Sutka has worked for Wyandotte Public Schools for the past 29 years as a social worker at the high school. In this vital role, she supports our students' emotional, social, and academic well-being. Maria provides essential services, acts as a liaison between the school, home, community, and addresses critical issues like attendance, social challenges, and crisis response. Maria is a wonderful employee who is always seeking new ways to reach out and connect with our students. So I hope you'll please join me in honoring Maria Sutka with the District Support Award.
I just want to say thank you to everyone for all your support over the years, and to my lovely mother and father and my husband here. So I have lots of family, so thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to bring up Justin Ellsworth, who is going to accept the award on behalf of the entire technology team. This is another district support award. When the pandemic struck in the spring of 2020, our district was prepared thanks to the foresight and rapid action of our technology team. They had the foresight to quickly order Chromebooks for every student. Because we were ahead of the curve, we were able to seamlessly switch to virtual learning. Today, led by Director Justin Ellsworth, this team of 8 continues to forecast our needs, ensuring we have improvements and additions necessary to keep our technology current. We are grateful that they are always there behind the scenes, making complex operations look effortless. Thank you, and I want to bring up Justin to present the award and say thank you for everything that you do for our district.
Thank you. On behalf of the department, thanks for your support in prioritizing technology and making sure that we stay with the curve, if not ahead of the curve. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, next, I'd like to bring up Benny Wong. This honoree is a proud Roosevelt High School alumnus whose passion for music program has spanned decades. When asking a former marching band director about Benny Wong, he was eager to share just how special Benny is. After graduating from RHS, Benny began helping at Interlochen as a cabin counselor and soon became an instructor. He helped with the Wyandotte Marching Band throughout the 90s and was given the title of Assistant Band Director in the mid-1990s, providing stability through many changes in leadership. For the past 25 years, whenever Benny has been offered payment for his work, he has refused it. He is, without a doubt, the world's most amazing volunteer and assistant band director. So please join me in celebrating Mr. Benny Wong.
On behalf of all the former music students and all the future music students, thank you very much. I accept this as a true honor for allowing me to be a part of their lives. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And I hope to do this for another 30 years. All right.
All right, next I'd like to invite up our mayor, Mayor Rob DeSena. Was Miss Benson or Miss Loya here today? Are they with you? Okay, so Mayor DeSena, along with the Wyandotte Community Alliance volunteers, Corky Benson and Margie Loya, generously donated profits from a local housing project to support education in the skilled trades. Their contributions established 3 scholarships reserved for students entering construction-related trades, such as electrical, welding, HVAC, carpentry, and similar programs, helping to foster the next generation of builders and tradespeople. Wyandotte Community Alliance is a nonprofit to initiate residential building improvements in the city of Wyandotte to serve as a deterrent to deterioration of residential housing and as an example of quality housing. So, Mayor DeSena, on behalf of Wyandotte Public Schools and the Scholarship Foundation, we would like to present you with this award. Thank you. Thank you. Excellence in education.
Well, thank you. It's truly a team effort. It was Margie Loya and Corky Benson, but there was Mark Kowaleski who came up with the idea to see if the money that was left from the last sale of a house that they worked on, to see if it could be donated for a particular purpose for the Scholarship Foundation. And I called Wally Merritt, who was on the Scholarship Foundation at the time, to check that out, and it was. So it was it was a good-sized contribution, and it also went to the Recreation Department. Got some. The initial seed money of $100,000 went back to the city, but the other was Recreation. What else? Oh my God, I'm showing my age. Anyway. But it's a truly team effort, and that goes along with everybody else that won the award here, and all you folks, everybody working together to make Wyandotte what it is, the schools what they are. So I'm honored, I appreciate it, and best of luck. Thank you.
So I'd like to close by just saying how appreciative we are of the Wyandotte Public Schools Scholarship Foundation. I've had a few stops along my educational career, and nowhere else have I seen a group of community individuals as dedicated to making sure that kids have opportunities than the Scholarship Foundation. So each year we expand, and I'm honored to be a part of that. I watch everybody really keep student-centered and in their focus, and so more and more kids have opportunities than ever before, and I hope that this goes on for many, many years to come. So, thank you for allowing us to present these awards tonight. I know some of them were actually before COVID. Was that right, Suzanne? So they've been they were interrupted by a global pandemic, but we're glad to finally get those in the hands of those who deserve them. So thank you.
We're now going to continue with the rest of our meeting, but folks, if you're welcome to stay and listen to us approve some hires and handle policy. But if you are not staying with us, safe travels home in the weather. Please be careful. And thank you so much for coming. We enjoyed seeing everyone tonight.
And congratulations to all the recipients.
Yes. Thank you, guys. I often tell the kids the ice cream store is open, so I think that applies to adults too, even if it is rainy and cold.
I imagine the temperature's going to drop when we go out.
Next up, I would like to invite the principal of Madison Center, April Ritz, up to the podium to do some appreciation awards. April, if you want to wait a moment.
Yeah, just give them a minute to clear out.
Hi. Oh, okay.
Hi. Good to see you. Good to see you too.
Thank you for having us. it seems fitting we're here tonight on award night, and I'm really happy to be here with my guests, Tom and Patty Mulroney, and Matt and Lori Smith. They have been organizing a fundraiser, the Megan Rose Memorial Ride, for 13 consecutive years in honor of Tom and Patty's daughter, Megan Rose. And they have donated all proceeds of that ride that has been taking place at Sneaky's Bar and Grill in Woodhaven. They've donated over $100,000 to the Madison Center, which we have used to build our universally accessible playground. If it weren't for these donations, we would not have our playground that we have today. So I'm really excited to be able to be here, to be able to present some appreciation awards to them so that they know how thankful we are to what they have been able to give to our students and our families. So I would like to present an award to Tom and Patty Mulroney with gratitude for your kindness and support to the students of the Madison Center. And to Matt and Lori Smith with gratitude for your kindness and support to the students of the Madison Center. And then we also have one for Sneaky's Bar and Grill to put up in the restaurant as well.
Thank you so much. Of course. Thank you.
So we thank you so much for allowing us to be here and honor these wonderful humans for all that they have done for the Madison Center. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would one of you mind giving us, like, when is the ride, and we can give a little plug for it? And
Yeah.
You're on TV, this is your big moment.
as a fellow rider myself, I'd love to. Yeah,
Oh, I'd love to have you there.
come out and.
Well, it's typically the third Saturday in July.
Okay.
Usually this year, what was it, on the 26th? Next year will be the 25th, the year after that, goes day by day. So for 13 years, we've been honoring Megan, who attended Madison. Madison was a wonderful setting for Megan. It helped her become the best that she could be, and it helped us be the best that we could be with her. That's it.
We have flyers we can.
Yeah,
Please do. We'll help
the
promote.
ride.
Yeah.
It's typically, it's a dice roll run, mostly motorcycles, but we've had people load vans and do it, and my brother drives his Corvette, and so there's a whole variety, 2 or 4 wheels, is everybody's welcome. And then at the end of it is the gathering at Sneaky's, where we have all the raffle baskets and prizes and, 50-50, highest, lowest rolls, and all those types of things. But I have a lot of friends that say if they only go to one ride all summer, they do the Megan Rose ride because I'm partial, but it's a ton of fun.
About how many bikes do you have in the ride?
Last year, what we have, 100 and...
Wow.
Oh, wow.
100.
It was raining.
It was raining, and we had 147 last year.
Wow.
Over the year before was over 150.
Okay, fantastic.
So, it's a nice, and it's not one of those snake rides, which can be problems and not quite as safe. So everybody's on their own, just to go stop to stop, roll the dice, and it's a nice day of riding.
Good.
Unless, of course, it rains on you.
Yeah.
But even if you don't want to ride, you can go to Sneaky's after, 5 o'clock, and you can participate in the raffles. It's a good time.
And they can do it all day long, because it starts at Sneaky's and it ends at Sneaky's.
Okay.
It's a good time.
We actually get the raffle prizes up there. We start setting them up Thursday night, and on Thursdays you have the trivia, and on Fridays they have the music bingo. And those people really like to get in on the raffles. We have some pretty generous donors that I hit a lot of the Wyandotte businesses, so Wyandotte supports us heavily. So that's what it's about.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Congratulations on your award.
Yeah, please make sure that you get the information to us, because my mind is, I have several people that would probably support.
Whatever you want.
They set up a Facebook event and everything every year. It's really
Great.
neat.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you send if you send the flyer, we can send it out through district communications and make sure it goes out to
Where would you
parents.
like it
And
sent?
You can send it to the superintendent's
Or send it
office.
to Ms. Ritz, and she'll get it to me.
Or April, yep, April, get it to us, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, you can send it? Oh, that would be lovely. For sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe going home, please.
Yes. How cool.
That is very cool.
Incredible.
All right, up next is our strategic planning update. Dr. Anderson.
If you don't mind, since we don't have a slideshow, I do it from here, or I can go up to the podium, whatever you prefer.
Do it from here.
Fine, fine, from right here.
So due to a technical difficulty, we don't have the slideshow. There it is. We do have the slideshow.
Oh, wow.
So I'll go over to the podium.
Joel works his magic.
He's been back there typing away. Thanks, Joel.
So if you're an avid follower of our board meetings, you'll have seen that over the last couple of years, we've done updates periodically throughout the year, and we've built off the same slideshows. We changed the format up a little bit this year, just because the good news is that we've achieved a large portion of our strategic plan. And so if you recall, the strategic plan was a community-wide effort. We spent an entire Saturday at Roosevelt High School hearing from community members. It's where we got our new mission statement, our new vision statement, and we heard from community members who gave us our direction and gave us a number of priorities that you wanted us to focus on. So I wanted to give you guys an update. So we really broke this presentation down into 3 parts. What we've already accomplished, the work that's ongoing, and what's ahead for the future. So see if we can get to the next slide. There we go. So these are the things that really were spread out over a number of different slides, but we do want to highlight them because they are important work that the team has done. And when I say the team, it's our teachers, our maintenance staff, our paraprofessionals, our secretaries, our teachers, our administrators, our our board office team. We've all been working on these things. So academics, we have really 5 goal areas where we had academics, communications, learning environment and culture, operations, and personnel and leadership. And then as we were building on our strategic plan, we added facilities too, because we realized that Bernie and his team have been doing work ongoing. And so while that wasn't a specific piece that came up on that Saturday, it has been a big part of a lot of board meetings, including tonight. We're going to be talking about further improvements to make sure we have the best experience possible for our students. So under the area of academics, MTSS is multi-tier systems of support. And basically that is understanding that not everybody learns at the same pace or in the same way. And so MTSS academic guidance means that we've got tier 1 instruction. We've got things happening in our classrooms that is good for all students. And our hope is that impacts as many students as possible in a positive way. That's not always the case. And so we need a second tier of interventions that will help for students to be successful, academically speaking. And then, so there's actually 3 tiers. So as you move through, you do your tier 1 for everyone. Your tier 2 might be for some students who need a little extra help, and your tier 3 might be for some who need a little extra help beyond that. And so we've really worked on our guidance. We've worked on implementing those processes throughout our district and each and every classroom, and so that we make sure that we've got safety net after safety net that students don't fall behind. Again, if you've watched our board meetings, you've seen us bring forward to the board, and thank you for your support in adopting new curriculum in a number of different areas. And so Jessica Shipman, our Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and her team work with the principals and the teachers. We have teachers piloting programs. We do all the homework, we pick the best research-based programs we can, and then we make sure our teachers are trained up in those things. Another area that we've worked on is our educational development plans. And so our goal as a school system is to help students go on to fulfilling and rewarding careers and lives. And unlike the days when I was in school and I had no real plan for what I wanted to do when I grew up, our students today start that process in a very formal way in 7th grade. And they start building an educational development plan. And so they revisit that many times from 7th grade until they graduate. And they explore interests, and they check out things that they're interested in, and they start to think about that really big looming question of what do I want to do when I grow up. And so our goal will eventually be to have experiences from pre-K all the way up to our oldest students who leave our system. So, but this was a big step for us. So the EDP process, that was the one that happened ahead of schedule. And so this year, our 7th, 8th graders are also getting into the system. And when I say system, we have a program that helps us to store that so they can log into it from time to time and update it. Communications. This is a big area, passion area for me. I believe that communications solve a lot of issues. And so we have scoured our organization from top to bottom and looked for ways to be more transparent and to open up communications so that every member of the Wyandotte Public Schools community, not just staff, but parents and guardians and students themselves, are feeling informed. And so one of the things we did for our staff was we built an online directory. We used to have paper directories that when people would move, the paper was static, and it did not. So now in our Google system for our staff, we can go up and pull up anybody's name, and you can see what their phone number is and where they're working. And as they change positions within the district, that too changes. For our parents, Justin has done a phenomenal job with his team rebuilding the website, and so we have an online directory there where parents can reach out to their child's teachers or to their child's past teachers, to a staff member through that system, to you as board members. They can send you emails. So those are big things that we worked on. We have the community-facing website, and that's the Wyandotte Public Schools website. Again, like I just said, Justin's done a great job with his team overhauling that and cleaning that up and really making sure that that's a place that's easy to navigate for our parents, whether they're on a laptop or on a mobile device. But aside from that, we have something now that we call the intranet. And so it's a separate site, and that one is exclusive to our staff. And gone are the days where you had to make a phone call to somebody to get the particular piece of paperwork to change your tax withholdings on your paychecks, or to change the amount of money you want to put into your health savings account. So that has really become a place where our staff can go to find different forms for every department. So if they want to apply to go to a conference, there's a process there. If they got married and they want to change their last name, there's a process for that. It's a one-stop shop, and so that's been a really good place for us. And it also allows us to stay current, so old versions of forms are not being submitted. So kudos to our staff who have really taken that change to heart and visit that often. So like I said, the public website, our goal there is to keep that as relevant and up to date as possible. That also means a conscious decision that sometimes we have to say no. And sometimes there'll be things that people want to put on the website, but it's an event that's going to expire in a month. And that means that somebody needs to put it up, and it means that somebody needs to remember to take it down. And that's how things happen where we have outdated information on our website. So Justin has a very strong vision with that about what we're putting in there and making sure that everything we have there is clean and orderly, and parents can get to what they need in an expeditious manner. Parent Square is a huge one for all the people out in the community. Every Friday at 3 o'clock, hopefully your phone's pinging and your email is receiving a new message in its inbox. It's the weekly message from me. I'll tell you that learning Parent Square was relatively easy. There's a lot of features I like about it. But beyond that, our schools are doing Parent Square weekly messages. Our principals are sending messages out on a weekly basis in addition to my own. Teachers are doing that. And so that has been a great tool for us. Any parent can just reply to any of those messages that they've gotten. And if they received it on their phone and their emails in multiple ways, we too receive it that way. So there's been times where I've had parents reach out to me on Parent Square. And I love it because I learn about it right away. I have my text message feature turned on, so I can respond as quickly as possible. I know that teachers appreciate that. And it's been helpful for us that we have kind of an ongoing, it looks kind of like a chat thread, so we can see our ongoing conversation. So there's been some parents that I talked to last year, and maybe they had something new to reach out to me about this year, and I can see our last correspondence. So a lot of ways that's cleaner than email. So we're loving that program. Learning environment and culture. So MTSS, I talked about multi-tiered systems of support. You have the academic side of it, and then you have the behavioral side of it. And it really is the same concept, that we have expectations and processes and plans in place for every student in the classroom. And for the majority of our students, that's enough. That works. For others, they may need some more support. And still yet, there may be a group of students that maybe need more direct intervention to help them make the behavioral choices that help them to become successful academically. So we've been working hard on developing those processes and building school teams to make sure that those best practices really should be evident in every single classroom across our district. So we're working to share our ideas, share what works, and give students the best chance to understand what it means to be a successful Wyandotte Public School student and how to thrive in our system. So that's been a big piece of our work. The Dean of Students, when I started a little over 2 years ago, one of the things I had heard early on was that our elementaries were in need of support. Our younger students, some of them are coming in with bigger challenges than the days back when I started 27 years ago as an elementary teacher. It's a different world. And our elementary principals and our elementary teachers needed somebody, boots on the ground, to help. And so thank you to the board because you approved us to have the opportunity to identify EA members who had a certain skill set to serve as our deans. And so as of today, we have a dean at each of our elementary schools. They work in tandem with our principals, and their sole focus is to make sure that students stay in class and that the teachers can do the wonderful things that they know how to do. So they've been very, very welcome addition to our district. CPI training, it's crisis prevention intervention response. It's actually NVCI training now, so it's nonviolent crisis intervention. Years ago, that used to be something reserved for the teachers who worked with our students who struggled the most. And so some people think it's all about putting physical holds on students. It is not the case. It is de-escalation strategies. It is understanding brain function. It is understanding how to de-escalate and when to help a student learn from the choices that they've just made. And so it's such valuable learning that I learned as an administrator for years. We decided that every teacher in our district could benefit from that. So one of our goals and one of the things we've accomplished is that everybody in our district is NVCI, CPI trained. And again, just kind of the same thing with the MTSS behavioral guidance, that all of our staff are trained on the supports. It's they don't know, every one of our teachers does the best that they can, and they only know what they know. And so we want to be able to share our ideas and share the best practices so that everybody has the best chance of successfully teaching their classrooms. Operations. Again, the MTSS, this is the bigger umbrella of both the academic and the behavior, so that guidance published. We've worked hard in our multilingual department, which has expanded quite a bit in the short time that I've been here. And so we now have multilingual support at each of our levels, and we have certified multilingual teachers at high school, middle school, and elementary school. And so now we're working on, or they finished up the procedures for, because they can't be everywhere at once, our teachers in the classrooms become experts in everything. So when they went to college, they may have learned how to teach a particular level or a particular content area, but now they're also experts in teaching students with multilingual backgrounds, and they are experts in dealing with different behaviors, and they are experts at so much. So that really is, as an old guy in the room, I look back and I just think it is so much harder to teach now than when I taught. And I'm not sure how well I would do at it. So it's probably good they got me out of their classroom when they did. Kept me away from that. Personnel and leadership, as we've talked about, finding talented employees and retaining them is ongoing work. And so in the short time, again, the last 2 years, we have ratified all of our bargaining units with new contracts. We will be going into that work again here soon. We have, under some of our Galileo leaders, we have, I would say, probably one of the most innovative and cutting-edge new teacher orientation programs in the state of Michigan. And so staff understanding what it was like to be a teacher, to be a new teacher, and we have the New Teacher Academy, so we meet periodically throughout the year to, we just had a meeting today, so our new teachers were released from their classes today to get some more learning about the district. And while nobody likes to be pulled away from the classroom, those couple days a year, the 6 days a year that we do that, really does make a difference in their longevity and them not feeling like they're burned out or overwhelmed. Professional development. So our strategic plan talked about a number of different initiatives. And so when Jessica works with us to develop our professional development days, it all ties back to that. The things that we have our staff participate in are tied back to our strategic plan. Either they're a curriculum update and they're training on how to teach a new math program, or our most recent one was Dr. Anthony Muhammad, who came to us from Learning Tree and Solution Tree, and talked to our almost everyone. You know, we had 2 sessions, but it's about being a professional learning community and what it means to really take our organization to that next level of collaboration. So we've done a number of things about learning about our diverse learners and how do we reach every student. And so that's another big initiative for us. And then I could probably go on for days with the number of things in the facility realm that Bernie and his team have finished over the last 2 years. Anytime something comes up, sometimes I'm even just curious about something, it's done. And Bernie finds a way to make that happen. And so for the entire community, again, I've had a number of stops along the way. I don't know if everybody realizes how special that is. I have been in districts where we have sat in a layer of disrepair for a certain amount of time to get through all the red tape to get something finished or to find the funding, and that's not the case here. So really done great work with that. Moving to the next slide. This is some of the ongoing stuff, and I'll pick up the pace a little bit. So we're still working on the MTSS framework because we built it. Now it's getting it into the hands of every teacher, making sure they're comfortable with it. The first part of curriculum is learning the curriculum and learning how to teach that particular subject that particular way. The second part is expanding it to make sure that it really is fine-tuned for every student. So using those whole child strategies. The CTE partnerships is an ongoing work. We are still working with neighboring districts to look for ways to expand our CTE opportunities. And And then our pre-K through sixth grade career exploration opportunities, we are in process with that. So we, just the other day at our admin meeting, started talking about ways that we can really have a systemic approach to career paths. So for our preschoolers, it might be different adults coming in, like remember the fireman visit. Well, that's important. That's, there's a future fireman maybe in that classroom, and that might be that change. In other elementary grades, it may be going around to the Wyandotte Hospital. So one of the things we're exploring is Wyandotte Hospital operates, it's not just doctors, it's thousands of people doing different things to keep patients healthy and safe. And so that's another example of there are nurses, there are x-ray techs, there are billing specialists, there are so many different things that could be future opportunities for our students. And so unless we expose them to those, we don't know if they'll ever find those on their own. So we want to be very intentional about that. Communications, we have finished our administrative regulations that go along with the board policies. And so that work is done. We are just waiting for the vendor to get it up, and it'll be posted on our intranet. But for most of your policies, there's an administrative regulation or an operational side to that policy about how we carry it out. Ongoing is Parent Square. Our goal is to have every teacher using Parent Square here in the next year to 2 years. So we continue to monitor how many people are using it. We continue to encourage people. One of the big steps for us was sports this year. Something that's come to our attention was that coaches, by no fault of theirs, were using a number of different tools to keep teams organized. So they were using Discord, they were using Remind, they were using GroupMe. Our problem with that is that, first of all, those are all different tools that parents have to try and maneuver, or they have to allow their child to try to maneuver. And secondly, we don't have the oversight that really we need to make sure that everyone is safe. Students and staff. And so this year we made the conscious decision to move everything to the Parent Square platform. So kudos to our coaches and our activity leaders who have made that jump. We now send out our messages to Parent Square. They still come to your text message if you have that on. So it's just as good as the other pieces, but now we know exactly what is being said. And while we don't monitor that, we have that available in case we ever do need it. And so it also, again, it's consistency. It's one-stop shop for our parents and our students. If you ever see if you're ever on the website and you ever see the Roosevelt student newspaper, they did a fantastic article just this last time on the move to Parent Square. And so the teenagers themselves will tell you from the mouths of babes, they will tell you how much they like it, how much they say it's a good step. So. Consistent online platform usage, again, that's what I just spoke about. And then consistent communications for the staff and the community. And so my 3 o'clock message, I really work to make sure that happens at 3 o'clock every Friday. Our buildings do the same. They may do them at different times. I know I get one on Sunday afternoons from Wilson. I get some on Monday mornings. It's come at different times, but they're consistent. And so, again, we want that predictability for our families. Learning environment and culture, one of our big push this year is our PBIS teams are working on the Expect Respect campaign. I have spoken publicly about this. I watch social media, much to my chagrin sometimes, and I hear our schools and I hear other districts being accused of doing nothing to stop bullying. And I have a lot of thoughts on that, and I'm not going to get into those today, but I know that we all want it to go away. We want everybody to treat each other with kindness. The Expect Respect was a tool to help us do that, and it's helped students to identify what bullying is, to be given tools to know what to do when bullying occurs. They are given tools to know what to do if they see it happening to somebody else. They're also given tools on what and how to respond if by some reason maybe not for malice intent, but they are the ones that are being unkind or disrespectful to somebody else? And how do you handle that without that spiraling your day? So there's a lot of good learning there. Each of our PBIS teams at each of our buildings is working on that to tweak it so that it, the language, the wording may be different, but the consistent message is the same. That ML handbook is coming on. We had the ML written procedures, so now we're building that into a handbook for easier access for our staff. As much as I've prided myself in getting all those contracts done, this spring we are going back at it with 2 more that are coming to term in June, end of June of this year. And so for our admin assistants and for our paraprofessionals, we will be engaging in further negotiations here in the coming months. One of the big thing, and I know this really probably burns Bernie a little bit, that it had to be on this slide and not on the previous slide, is the boilers. And so Joe Brighton needed some boilers, and again, for the community out there, it's not as easy as with a 2-wheeler rolling one in through a door. This required us to take the roof off of Joe Brighton School and with a crane lift the boilers out and put the ones in. And so are we close? We're close, right? Are we done? So, okay, so it should really be on the other slide. It is all but complete. So I know that was a big project. And so that's, and to do that without interrupting the important work that happens every day with our students. So the new objectives, the things we're going to work on, we got to keep all these plates spinning. So everything that we've done, we cannot ignore, we cannot drop, we have to keep going, and we are going to do that. But on top of that, we're continuing to focus on our core instruction. We need to look at those test scores, we need to look at our results, we need to look at every strategy we can to make sure that we're achieving the most growth possible. Some new things for communications, the Bears in the Wild. Thank you to Mrs. Bearden for helping me name that. I love personal stories, and so anybody out there who's watching this, please find one of my notes or find my social media posts and tell us about what you've done since you've left Wyandotte Public Schools. And so my goal is to have hundreds, if not thousands, of different experiences and ways that Wyandotte Public Schools shape their lives, especially in this day and age with so much negativity out there, just in general about any particular topic. I think we got to be conscious and intentional about celebrating the good stuff. So I add a couple of those to every one of my Friday notes, and something I'll get to in a moment is podcasts. So I am also dipping my toe in the world of podcasts. And so this Friday will be the first version of that coming out. It's another way to reach parents. My hope is that in this busy day and age, if you can pop that on for 5-10 minutes when you're driving, you'll be able to learn a little bit more about our district and what makes us so great. So my goal will be to eventually be able to pull in some of those alumni and talk more in depth with them about their journey. Again, I talked about the Parent Square for clubs and athletics. That's been a new change this year. So our fall sports have adopted it, but we still have winter and spring to do. And then some new legislation. We just put out a note last week about gun safety laws. And so the legislation has asked us to be the conduit to get that word out about safe gun storage and gun locks. So we've worked with the City of Wyandotte Police, who are going to help us distribute the locks that we got so that hopefully everybody's a little bit safer. Expect respect, like I said, we're working, it's ongoing, and it's also still, it's still ahead. So as each building team develops their programs, that's going to be work for this year. Operations, I told my team, when I told the directors, I said it a few times last year, I said, we're turning over rocks, and we're not exactly sure what we're going to find. Being new, having a new team, we find out that something happened, and okay, we don't have a process for that. We need to build one. And so that has worked. We have done a lot of building, and now it's about making sure that it's really efficient. And so I'm really proud of my cabinet team, the directors who work together now. So one of the things we're working on is new hiring process between our technology department, our human resources department, and our finance department. And so that's to make sure that our new employee, we get all the paperwork in, we get them all the badge access, everything that they need for the technology, the sign-ons, that type of stuff, and that we have all the appropriate forms to make sure that they get their paychecks on time. So that's just one example of the things that we're working on. We're really cohesive as a team. Again, we've broken up some of the student services department, and so while we had one individual that was in charge of all of those things, we have farmed out some of those things. So George Perdue, our Director of Media Services, is also in charge of 504 plans. And so he is working to really make some strong systems around that to make sure that when families explore the options for a 504 plan, that we have a clear path for that. That's one example. But those are happening across the board with every one of the directors. Anybody ever wonders what they do? They're usually juggling 6 or 7 things at once and trying to build ways to make things more efficient. We talked about a little bit like this with the last work session, an enrollment vision. And I think that'll be ongoing work that we will continue to talk about over the next few months. And that is a strategic approach to filling our classes and offering the right number of sections for the right number of students. Moving possibly from an open school of choice to a limited school of choice. That'll be a vote that you will take later in the year. But we will continue that work to make sure we've got a long 5-year or beyond plan to make sure that we're doing it in the most efficient way possible. I told you the new contracts for parapros, instructional aides, and admin assistants, that'll happen this year. Next year, the other 4 bargaining groups we've had 2- and 3-year contracts, and so we'll be working on this for a bit. And then facilities, looking ahead, the sinking fund dollars, they really have been a godsend, so thank you to our community for approving those. We are able to get so much done with that work and to really keep things in the best order possible. So work has begun on a student drop and drive at Monroe on the south side, correct? South side of the campus, and so that will be a space where parents will be able to safely pull up, drop their student off, and get them into the school each and every morning and pick them up in the same manner. So our baseball and softball renovations, I know that's an agenda item for tonight. We have done a lot of work. Thank you again for approving us to sign the lease with the city that allows us to work in a partnership with them to make sure our baseball and softball facilities are the best they can be for our athletes. The Jefferson Playground Blacktop, if you've ever driven around Jefferson, I'm a Jeep guy, and I have fears about some of my off-road tires falling in some of those potholes in the alleyways and stuff. That's not particularly our property, but some of the adjacent area is in need of some update, and so Bernie's team is on that. Same thing around the dumpster area, and then one of the more recent pieces that Bernie is working with George Perdue and Justin Ellsworth on is our media center at RHS. It's a wonderfully beautiful space. It has terrible echoes. If you have more than one classroom in there at one time, the way the sound travels in there, it makes it very difficult for both groups to focus. And so we have some strategies and ways to fix that. So. In a nutshell, that is kind of the past, the present, and the future of our strategic planning. If you have any questions.
Board members, questions or comments for Dr. Anderson? Mm-hmm. Talked about this at our work session. We went over it with the cabinet. Dr. Anderson, I just want you to thank the team when you go back to the cabinet and thank them for the work that they do. I don't think that when any of us sat in that library in November of 2023 that we would have envisioned how much work could get done just by the kind of the bare bones outline that we gave of these are the things that we're hoping to see. And so I thank the board for being supportive of that and working to set the outline and to set the vision, and then you and your team for running with it. And I really think an important part of that work is that you report back to the community twice a year to let them know that we are being good stewards of not only the vision that they helped us build, but the dollars that they provide us.
Yep.
So thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's next?
All right, that concludes special orders and reports. We're going to move to the hearing of the public. Wyandotte Public Schools Board of Education welcomes public discourse. Now is the portion of the meeting where the public may address the board. Those who wish to speak should approach the podium, state their name, and address the board. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person. Members of the board and district employees will not answer questions during public commentary. Is there anyone wishing to address the board at this time? Seeing none, we will move on to the Committee of the Whole discussion agenda. Item number 1 is revisions to policy 4000.02, which is employee considerations. On October 7th, at a board work session, the board made revisions to the 4000.20 policy, which is employment considerations. As a result of this review, we recommend the following changes, and they are in your board packet, members. And we talked about them, but we're going to have discussion held at this time, and I'm actually going to ask Mrs. Kane to kind of maybe briefly state, because it was your committee, subcommittee that brought this forward.
Sure. So when Cindy and I had our meeting with the 4,000 policies, we came across one where the terms related or relative we had questions about. And so I emailed Brad Banasic and asked for a little bit of guidance from him. And what he sent back was that we should replace the term family member. The term family member means a person's spouse or spouse's sibling or child, a person's sibling or sibling's spouse or child, a person's child or child's spouse, or a person's parent or parent's spouse, and includes these relationships as created by adoption or marriage. And what Brad said is that we are in compliance with everything else if we use this verbiage.
Okay. Questions? Cindy, does that speak to the concern that you brought forward in the committee? Okay. And just for the clarity for the community, when Mrs. Kane talks about Brad Banasic, that's the lawyer for the Michigan Association of School Boards, which is an organization we belong to, and so there's legal services that are available to us as board members. When we're crafting policy, we want to make sure that we're doing it in a way that meets all the legal structures that surround it, because we don't ever want to create a policy that's in conflict with state law.
Right.
But this actually takes the language right out of like the school code, correct?
Took it right from the school code.
Perfect.
And just for clarity for the public, that means that when we're looking at hiring a new employee, that if you are related to that person in any of those ways specified, that you would recuse yourself of a vote during that point. So I think that was an all-encompassing statement there to make sure we're not involved.
There's no nepotism.
Correct.
Right.
And that is not only the hiring of the employee, but when we vote on those contracts for, if you have a relative that works for the district that meets one of these guidelines, then you would recuse yourself, board members, during that vote, so you would not vote on a contract that would benefit a member of your family as defined by this policy. So sometimes then you might see board members just abstaining, and they'll state you always then state the reason why you abstain, and you just say, I have a relative that's affected by this. All right? Any other questions about this particular one or discussion?
No.
I think it's good to be clear, and then we all know what we're voting on always. All right. We're going to move to the action agenda then. So the first one is concerning the policy that we just talked about, and since we are all in agreement, we're recommending a first and final reading, which is a revision to the policy 4000.02 employee considerations. May I have a motion, please?
I recommend a first and final reading for the revised 4000.02 to be held at tonight's meeting. This change will take effect upon the adoption.
Support.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. All right, Dr. Anderson.
All right. So we have a couple hires. One is a behavioral specialist hire. We need to hire a behavioral specialist at the Lincoln Center. After following appropriate personnel protocol, In completing team interviews, the Director of Human Resources and I recommend a probationary professional contract be awarded to Jenna Nance at the Lincoln Center.
May I have a motion, please?
I move approval of a probationary professional contract be awarded to Jenna Nance effective for the 2025-2026 school year.
Support.
Any discussion? All the details for these hires are in your packets, board members. Discussion or questions for Dr. Anderson? Let's take a vote, please.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries.
Next, we have a teacher hire. We need to hire a special education teacher at Madison Center. After following appropriate personnel protocol and completing team interviews, the Director of Human Resources and I recommend a probationary teaching contract be awarded to Travis Reef at Madison Center.
May I have a motion, please?
I move approval of a probationary teacher contract be awarded to Travis Reef?
Reef.
Thank you. Effective for the 2025-2026 school year.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries.
Next up, we have public address and safety alert proposal. The Director of Technology, Justin Ellsworth, and I recommend replacing and upgrading the public address systems, classroom audio, and safety alert systems at all schools at an estimated total cost of $1,289,265.25. The funding source of the center program is Act 18. For the center programs is Act 18, $287,349 of that. And for the general education schools is the Wayne County Enhancement Millage, $1,916. Wow. Put me back in school. For the remainder, so.
We're going to call up Ms. Lipinski and have her run through
That
place
one.
value with their Dr. Anderson.
Those zeros mess me up tonight.
Those zeros are always tough. Okay.
I do know my police value.
I have a motion, please.
I move approval of replacing and upgrading the public address systems, classroom audio, and safety alert systems at all schools at an estimated cost of $1,289,265.25. The funding source of the center programs is Act 18, $287,349, and for the general education schools is the Wayne County Enhancement Millage, $1,100,000.
No, 1,000.
Thank you, Cindy, I'm not alone.
$1,1016.25.
Support.
Okay, math is hard.
It's hard. That number was really hard.
It is, I know the public is allocated, but it is odd when you look at it. You don't really see it like that.
I don't look at those big numbers all the time anymore.
No,
so.
certainly not in my paycheck. All right, discussion.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I was just going to say, again, thank you to the voters for passing the Wayne County Enhancement Millage, allowing us to have the opportunity to make these updates.
Yeah.
And thank you to Jim, Dr. Anderson, and Justin for improving the technology at our schools, not just keeping the status quo, but making our schools safer and more accessible to our students.
Absolutely. And you'll notice that we always give the breakdown. Act 18 is special education funding, and general education comes from the enhancement millage. So because we have center programs, that funding can come from their funding that's allocated to them, and that frees up a little bit more funding for our general education buildings to be funded from the enhancement millage. Any other comments or questions? We have Justin here tonight. If anybody has any other questions, are we pretty good? We have been talking about this. Do you want to talk about it at all to the public, Justin?
Yeah, sure.
All right, that would be great. They can see what we're spending all of our money on.
Yeah, we don't have a visual for this, but essentially what this will do is update our 12 to 15, 18-year-old systems in our buildings for general public address calling throughout the building, the classrooms, the hallways, the gyms, the media centers, et cetera. So the office can make those calls. It controls the bell system. It has the functionality of customizing the bell. So if there's a half day or if there's like a pep rally at the high school and they want to modify like the class schedule, they can do that very easily. The way we do it right now is sort of archaic because of the age of the system. In our classrooms, The audio will be improved greatly. The audio will be integrated with the teacher's computer and their display, whether it's a projector or interactive flat panel. And essentially, the teacher could be playing a video, and the audio would go throughout the ceiling, most likely the ceiling or from the corners of the rooms. So there's adequate audio for all students. Simultaneously, the teacher can amplify his or her voice using just a small lavalier microphone. So the teacher's voice can just be a little bit higher in volume level than the video. And then even above that, if there is an announcement or an unfortunate emergency or even a drill, that audio will go through the same speakers, but it'll be even a little bit louder. So we won't have these conflicts of volume. We constantly hear that, students and teachers can't hear the bells, or they can't hear the announcement, or they can't hear the video playing in the classroom, or they can't hear the teacher talking. So this will really help to improve our audio in all of our learning spaces. The third main thing to this is the alert system that's associated with this whole project. So in the case of an emergency or in a drill, the teachers will have a small touch screen in their classroom, typically behind their desk, where they can, say a lockdown, for example, they'd be able to report to the front office that their room is secure and safe. And then that way, the administrator or the SROs or whoever it is, or emergency response, don't have to waste time with, the vast majority of classrooms when there is an issue in one particular space. So they have that ability. Day to day, if a teacher has an emergency or needs some support, they can also discreetly hit that touch screen. Or on their lavalier microphone, they'll have the option to discreetly hit a button. It'll alert the office. Someone can come down. There's not some big, event where all the kids are getting amplified because, something's going on. So that's just an example of the alerting functionality that will be implemented from this project. And then one more thing, this project will include displays that will serve as clocks. They're about 24 inches typically in size, depends on the space. We can get a little bit larger. But the clocks will be about a 24-inch display. So if you imagine a computer monitor, it can serve as the clock, but also if there is a drill or an emergency, not only will it come through the PA system, but it'll also provide that visual, like say a tornado drill that'll show a tornado, and then that way, students hear something, but they can also see it and confirm that something's going on. It just enhances the communication, especially in the event of emergency. That system will also allow the building administrative team to set up reminders, final exams on Thursday, hours 1 and 2, or whatever it might be. So that's just another improvement that we'll see in our buildings over the next year or so.
Awesome.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions after hearing that? I think it's great that it's not only focused on instructional support, but it's also safety. I think there's hitting those two key areas. That's obviously what we're here for. You have something else, or no? Just waiting for the vote. Okay. Oh, you're up next. That's right. Okay, we have two. All right, let us vote on this one. Let's take a roll call.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries.
Okay. The next thing is another one for tech. The Director of Technology, you'll recall last spring we had a very similar vote. So the Director of Technology, Justin Ellsworth, and I recommend the replacement of 20 desktop computers for Roosevelt High School's Architecture Drafting Computer Lab in the current quoted amount of $29,000, funded by the state-funded Career Technology Education CTE Fund.
May I have a motion, please?
I move approval of the purchase of 20 desktop computers for Roosevelt High School's Architecture and Drafting Computer Lab in the current quoted amount of $29,000, funded by the state-funded Career Technical Education Fund.
Support.
Any discussion? As Dr. Anderson said, this is just the other half of the computer lab. Any questions for Justin? Anything you want to talk about with that? No. Okay. All right, let's take a vote, please.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. All right, Mrs. Rankin will be very happy about that. All right, Dr. Anderson, number 6.
Yeah, for this one, Director of Operations, Bernie Bowers, and I recommend the 5 companies and quotes included in the board packet to renovate the girls' softball field at an estimated price of $60,000, but not to exceed $80,000. Work will be completed by November 14th, 2025, which would allow the students to play their season this spring.
May I have a motion, please?
I move approval of the recommendation of the 5 companies and quotes included in the board packet to renovate the girls' softball field at an estimated price of $60,000, but not to exceed $80,000. Work will be completed by November 14th, 2025.
Support.
All right, discussion. We have Mr. Bowers here, answer questions or to talk about this. Has been a hot topic in the community, and so.
I guess my first question, I'm sorry, is the money would be coming from the general fund?
No, sinking fund.
Sinking
fund.
fund.
Okay.
Yep. Bernie's here, if you want to come on up, answer any questions on that.
Yeah, the softball and baseball will be paid with sinking fund dollars. Right now, we are still getting a few bids on the softball, girls softball, but we're running out of time. And once we hit rainy weather and can't get all the equipment out there, it's going to be a little tough. So we do need to roll the field. I'm looking to roll the field, and we're waiting on the bases to come in so we can do the infield. So there's a lot of work going on over there, but a lot of work to get done.
So the projection is that the girls will be playing on an
Absolutely.
improved field by spring.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then baseball will start, they're going to, because of the scope of work that needs to happen for that field, they would have lost their season. So we talked to the coach and our athletic director, and we agreed that we'll start that work once the baseball season is done. The net was the same, that they would be playing on it in spring of '27 regardless. And so instead of losing a season in between, it was smarter to start that one a little bit later. So
And what really
we'll
helped
come
us-
back to you for more with
Yeah,
that.
what really helped us there is the city got the sprinkler system working on the boys' field. So when we break ground in June to tear it up, and once we sod and we reseed, we have the sprinkler system up and running now, and it's going to really help us out to get that in good shape.
Any other comments or questions for Bernie? This is a great partnership with the city,
Yes.
and we're appreciative of the work that you're doing with them. And I know it's been a lot of extra kind of meetings and work in a short timeline to get it done because the weather's been helpful now, but we all know snow's going to be flying before we're ready for it.
We'll be plowing.
Yes, for sure. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. Let's take a roll call, please.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. All right, go forth and
Thank
play
you.
ball.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Anderson, retirements.
All right, so we have some people that are planning to retire after Christmas break, at the semester break. And then one of our individuals who has let us know that they will be retiring at the end of the school year. So Tammy Jackson, the Madison Center, after 14 years, will be retiring on January 2nd. Michelle Hayes, teacher at Garfield, last 26 years, will be retiring at the end of the semester on the 23rd of January. Mary Beth Scavone at the Lincoln Center, 19 years, retiring also on the end of the semester. Laura Schank, Joe Brighton, 24 years, the same day at the end of the semester. Donna Murphy, the Lincoln Center, 24 years, end of the semester. Deanna Zollers, the Madison Center, 10 years, will be retiring on New Year's Eve. And then Dave Crampton, teacher at Wilson, will be retiring after 37 years at the end of this school year.
Incredible.
All right, may I have a motion, please?
I move acceptance of the following resignations for the purpose of retirement of Tammy Jackson, Michelle Hayes, Mary Beth Scavone, Laura Schank, Donna Murphy, Deanna Sollers, David Crampton, after a combination of 154 years of service to Wyandotte Public Schools, and thank them for their many years of dedicated service to the children of Wyandotte and Wayne County, and wish them well in their retirement years.
Support.
Any discussion?
Congratulations.
Yes. Congrats. Very exciting for those individuals. All right, let's take a roll call.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. Congratulations to those folks. You will be missed, but congratulations and best of luck in your retirement. All right, consent agenda. Because items on the consent agenda are routine and there is little need for discussion, one motion can complete this part of the agenda. If anyone is interested in copies of reports, recommendations, or information, please contact the superintendent's office at 759-6002. May I have a motion, please?
I move approval of bills and vouchers in the amount of $6,627,277.71.
Support.
All right, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes. Sorry.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. All right, committee of the whole discussion agenda. The next meeting will be our work session on November 4th, 2025, 6:30 at the Board of Education. Announcements, Dr. Anderson.
Just two. One, the podcast, I'm going to be putting that out. My first one will be in the Friday note. It'll be linked about, it's on Spotify. I still really have no idea what I'm doing, so
Spotify.
please
Hey, no, that's like
forgive
a
me
big
on that.
time.
Yeah, it does sound official, but it's still just a guy behind the mic, doesn't really, just winging it. So, well, it'll get better as we go on. The second thing is, Sunday, November 2nd is we're turning our clocks back. I know some of us, I think pretty much every one of us doesn't care for that time. But a reminder to our community that the mornings will be darker. The mornings are darker now. Please use extra care traveling through our city. We have a number of students who walk and ride bikes to school even as the weather gets colder. That is their only way to school, and they do that. And so please be careful as we're out on the roads. Just another reminder.
Very good. Board members? All right, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Thank you, board.